Hi everyone, Meg here from IT Stamping, and today I'm designing for Pear Blossom Press. I'm so excited to be sharing today's card with you because I think a lot of times when we think about these light up cards, they may feel a little intimidating, and I'm here to assure you that they're not. So I'm going to be making a masculine card today. I've got a great backyard barbecue stamp set. I'm going to be stamping out the grill, the topper, and 3 of these matches. We're going to use these matches in a little bit different way today for our card. I'm excited to share this with you. And then any of the utensils that you want to go along with this. You can stamp as many images or as few as you want. It's your choice. Once your images are stamped, then it's time to do your coloring. I'm going to be using my favorite Olo markers for today's project, but you can use whatever you want to use. This stamp set would be great to be colored in with regular dye markers, any kind of alcohol markers, and of course you can always watercolor them or use pastels. The sky's the limit, and the color palette is limitless. I'm going with blue today because I'm going to be using some red pattern paper here in a bit, and so I didn't want to have too much red. My initial gut was to color this red, but I went with a bright blue, and I'm happy that I did. You can do as little or as much coloring as you want to make today's project. Once everything is colored in, then we're going to die cut it. I chose a stamp set that had coordinating dies. Of course, if you don't have this stamp set or your stamp set that's similar to this doesn't have dies, you can of course fussy cut it. The choice is yours. For these next steps, I dug around in my tool bin and found all kinds of supplies I haven't used in a while, including this 1/16 inch hole punch. So I used this on my matchstick right about where the top of that matchstick part is before you get to the flame. So I'm going to do that for each of these 3 matchsticks. We'll be using the Easy Light pack today. This is a 5-pack, so I'm going to open it up, and in here is going to be 5 sets of lights as well as 5 batteries. Just cut apart your battery. We're going to set that aside, and then all you have to do to separate these is just bend them, and they're going to snap off. It's easy to work with, I promise. So these are just tied in a simple knot. Untie them, and then you'll separate out your wires, and you'll have your 1 set of lights, and then you can put your other ones back in your package. I'm going to open up my battery first, and the first thing I'm going to do is test it and make sure that it works. I've never had one that didn't work, but just in case, I always like to test it first. So you'll line up the positive side with your battery along with the positive side of your light. Slide that battery in, press, and make sure they light up, and they do. We're good to move on. Ahead of time, I die cut out a strip of grass from some green cardstock, and I'm going to add it to some red plaid pattern paper. I thought it gave it a great little picnic look, which was what I was going for. Slide my pattern paper down to where I have the grass segment that I want, and we'll put that in place. We're going to flip that over, and then we're going to add it onto our white cardstock. This piece of white cardstock is 4 inches by 5¼ inches. All the measurements on today's project are super easy, nothing complicated at all. Once we have this in place, then we just need to trim off the excess, and we're good to move on to our next step. I'm going to attach the grill onto my card. That way I can get everything nice and lined up. So I am going to use my lid to make sure I've got my spacing right, get this in place, and we're going to press it down for real in just a moment. So I want to have this nice and set. Then I'm going to take each of those matchsticks and I'm going to slide them behind the grill. And there's no adhesive behind these at this time. This is just for placement. And then we'll mark our area on where we want to punch in just a moment. So I'm just going to use a pencil to do that once I have my flames exactly where I want them. So we took the matches and we turned them into flames coming out of our grill. I was digging around in my toolbox and I also found this, which was a setter for eyelets. It's got a hole punch on it as well, so I'm going to go through where those pencil marks are and punch out all 3 of those. You can use whatever tools you want. This is what I had, so this is what I was going with. I found a lot of tools in my tool stash that I haven't used in a while, so I'm excited to have a reason to bust those back out. Now we're going to add some liquid glue behind each of those flames, and we are going to place them onto our card for real this time. So the last time was just for placement. But we're going to line up the holes in the cardstock with the holes in the flame, and then we'll press those down. And we'll do that for all 3 of these. Now we're ready to add our lights to the back side of our card. So I'm just using some double-sided adhesive, but I'm going to leave the backing paper on there. There's no reason to take it off. So the lights are going to have a front and a back. Just make sure that you've got the front facing down and tape these into place. I like to use 2 pieces of tape because if 1 is good, then 2 is better. That's just my rule of thought on that. And then we are going to twist up our wires and tape them into place just so we don't have them sticking out the edges of our cardstock. I'll use a small piece of tape on the front side of our mechanism there and just remove that. I am going to peel the backing off of that one and get it into place and just press down. Now we're going to have a little button that's going to turn on our lights. So I'm going to use a pencil and I'm going to feel around for where that is going to be, and I'm going to make a mark on the front side of my card. There's no reason to punch a hole out. If you don't want to, you can if you want, but I chose not to. We're going to take a white card base that's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25, and fold it in half. Use a bone folder to get a nice crisp edge on that. Once we're done, we're going to flip this over. That way we make our card the right way and not opening backwards. Remove all the foam adhesive that I added around our mechanism. And once we have all the backings off of our foam tape, then we're just going to add this onto our card front. Look how cute this is looking. I love the way it's coming together. Now we'll add our lid as well as our other accessories onto our card. I'm using liquid glue for these. You can use more foam adhesive if you want. You just want to be mindful of how thick your card's going to be. It's already going to be pretty thick, but if I used more foam adhesive right now, it would be super thick. All right, so we've got all of our pieces in place. We're going to stamp our sentiment, and then we're going to stamp a very important part. That's going to be our Press Here button onto some white cardstock. This stamp set comes from Pear Blossom Press and also has the coordinating dies, so you can die cut out your little Press Here. I'm layering that right over that pencil mark that I made before, and then we're going to add our sentiment onto the front of the card. All right, so our card is complete. Time to make sure everything's all lined up. And does it work? Yes, it does. Look how adorable this is. I love this card. I hope that you love this card, and I hope that you're inspired to try it. Again, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, designing for Pear Blossom Press. Make sure to like and follow.